Thesubstream.com presents Watch This Instead. Fired up. The Stream!
Hi, I'm Mike from thesubstream.com, and this is another episode of Watch This Instead for the week ending Friday the 20th of February. And we thought we would celebrate Oscar weekend by talking about the incredibly poorly thought out film Fired Up. I don't remember who directed it. I don't remember who was in it, really. I do remember it was written by a guy named Freedom Jones, which is among the best names in Hollywood history. Unfortunately, it's not one of the best scripts or stories in Hollywood history. It's about two incredibly talented, incredibly athletic, privileged, charming, sex maniac jocks who decide they don't want to go to football camp for the summer. They want to go to cheer camp because that's 300 girls that they haven't had sex with yet. And it's not funny, really, at all. And it's really repeatedly borderline offensive. And not in the way that you would think when you see the trailer, because it's actually incredibly tame. These teen sex comedies, the best of which are funny in that they make you uncomfortable because what they're talking about is teenage sexuality, which is something that we don't really talk about. This movie, however, is so completely neutered to high school dudes who are, incidentally, are played by guys that are 29 and 32, respectively. It's implied that they're having sex with a whole bunch of women, except they say things like, "You're a dirty booby grabber," and they say, "Don't poo where you eat." And it's just so completely unbalanced and poorly tied together that the whole time you're just kind of wondering, like, why didn't I just rent Bring It On instead? And then in the middle of the film, everyone at the cheer camp watches Bring It On, which, if you haven't seen it, is a movie about high school cheerleaders that's actually worth watching. And for the 15 or 16 seconds that Bring It On is on this big screen being watched by all of these people in the movie, oh, that's what I should be watching. I should be watching Bring It On instead of Fired Up, and you should. But that's not the movie I'm going to tell you to watch instead. The movie I'm going to tell you to watch instead is Revenge of the Nerds from way back when. The reason I'm going to recommend that is because the most offensive thing about Fired Up, beyond the fact that it tells a story about how 9 or 12 girls who are on a cheer team can't do anything with their lives until these two dudes show up and tell them how to do it. The thing that's offensive is that the whole thing is consequence-free. It's this imaginary, fake universe where literally every single person is good-looking and seemingly blessed and looking forward into the future. None of them have summer jobs, these fake people, these fake golden American high school people. None of them have shitty hair. None of them have parents, apparently. None of them have anybody that's going to tell them what to do. They just get to do whatever they want, and it's fake. And it's so divorced from reality that it's boring. So, another dumb, raunchy, slightly transgressive, incredibly stupid movie for you to watch instead is Revenge of the Nerds. Because at least that movie acknowledges that people exist that are ugly and stupid and awkward, so that when they learn lessons, there's a depth to what happens because there's some kind of risk of failure. If these nerd guys don't get the girl, they're nerds. If the guys in Fired Up don't get the girl, they just go on living their incredibly handsome, incredibly blessed lives. The fact that they think that they can make a movie where the two lead characters are huge, womanizing dicks that are rich, handsome, and athletic. They're supposed to be some kind of underdog figure to this whole other class of people who are the same as them, just like different music. It's insulting, and it made me angry. So watch Revenge of the Nerds instead, because at least it acknowledges that some humans have acne or bellies or are ugly, and it's a lot more honest.